Trump bit, I think that's important for us to go and take a deep dive into, or at least it could be. It could come back. And I feel like the amount of people that don't know what happened, I talk about that before. Chris Rock has a really good bit. If the poor knew how rich the rich really were, there'd be riots in the streets every day. I think there's some truth to that. That if people took a bit off from work, if you could pick your head up for a while and actually figure out what really happened, what really didn't happen, if people knew what had gone on, I think people would be truly upset about it if they took the time to kind of step outside their, whatever you want to call it, their community echo chamber, where you don't hear a lot of dissenting opinions. If you heard those dissenting opinions and then it had some really compelling evidence, I would hope, at least that's my hope, is if I ever hear compelling evidence to the contrary or what I believe, that there's something I can do to change my mind. So I wonder if it would change people's minds if they took the time to know what came out in the Russia report, not some Russia hoax that it's made out to be, what came out in the Jack Smith report and why it was so important for people to see that, even though it didn't end up in charges, and then people take that as that there not being any credible evidence. It just, those kind of things stack up when you look at them for me. But yeah, to everybody, just some housekeeping stuff. Sorry about last week. I know the schedule got messed up. Sorry about potentially next week's schedule might be a little bit different. We are going to do our very, very best to make sure it is consistent, but I'm thinking about reworking the schedule, doing a couple more short shows throughout the week rather than the one big longer show, because it gets a chance for people to come in, and if I can keep those hours, it might be nice. It's just going to be easier for me in the long run on being able to make it consistent. I don't know